In this video, we're going to lengthen the muscles that run across the back of the knee. Now, a lot of my clients have been told to never fully straighten their knee. But the problem with that is that when the knee is in flexion, the hip is also in flexion. So you're shortening the tissues that run across the back of the knee and the front of the hip. Sometimes people have the opposite, where they actually bend their knee backwards. So when you have a straight knee, you want to have the knee that falls right between the hip and the ankle. So anything that's a little bit in front of that or behind that, you're going to have to bring it either back or forward so that you have your knee in that direct line. So to lengthen the tissues that run across the back of the knee, some of those tissues originate at the pelvis and some originate at the heel, and then they run across the back of the knee. So we have to get the knees straight in order to lengthen them. I have a chair here. I'm going to orient it so that the back of the chair is facing me. And I have a rolled mat, and I'm just going to put that aside for now so that we get the hip action first, and then we'll add the ankle. So I'm going to stand with my feet parallel, facing the chair, hip distance apart, facing straight ahead. And I'm going to bend forward at the hip joint, which looks like this. Okay? So you'll probably want to watch yourself do this because it's very common that people will keep their pelvis in place and bend their spine to get their head and shoulders closer or their hands on the chair. So you can see that I haven't moved my pelvis. My hand is on my pelvis here at all. The pelvis has to rotate forward in space in order for the tissues that attach to the bottom of the pelvis to lengthen, okay, all the way down past the back of the knee. So try that a few times, hinging at the hips and taking the trunk forward. And then we're just going to take the hands to the back of the chair and pause there. Now, even if you have long hamstrings and you're not feeling a stretch here, just go to the back of the chair for now. If you have a really tall chair, you can use the seat, but build it up with a couple of yoga blocks or something so you're not at the end range of your hamstrings. Okay, so it's not about the sensation of stretch just yet. Just relax here. Relax your upper body weight to your hands so your elbows are straight and your upper body is being supported by the chair. And then you can just relax your back. So if you have a tendency to pull your abs in or tuck the tailbone under, you're just going to relax that completely. And we can just hang out here for a moment. All right, now shift your weight back onto your heels, lift your hands off the chair, and bring your hips back up to standing. So that's the hip tissues, lengthening the back of the hamstrings that run across the knee. So now we have to add the muscle that runs from the bottom up, which is the calf muscle that attaches to your heel. So I'm going to take my rolled up mat here and place it where the front of my foot used to be. Place the ball of the foot on the rolled up mat. Drop the heel to the floor. Now, before I place the other foot on the mat, I'm going to bend over and hold the chair so I'm not thrown off balance. Place the ball of the foot down, drop the heel, straighten the knees. And remember, if you tend to be chronically flexed, you need to push your knees back. If you tend to be hyperextended, you need to bring your knees forward. And then you don't have to come all the way up to standing because otherwise you might fall backwards, but come up as far as you can. And then from there, we'll add the hip hinge again. Place the hands on the back of the chair and relax. If you can, relax the muscles that run down the front of your thigh, the quadricep muscles. And you can tell if they're engaged because your kneecap will be pulled up. So relax your kneecap down. And then just hang out here. Let the chair support your upper body weight. Elbows are straight. Relax the lower back, relax the belly. And just hang out here for about a minute. So depending on the state of the tissues that run across the back of your knee, that may be quite sensational. And if it is, you can unroll the mat and just make it quite a bit smaller so that you're not propping the front of your foot up quite as much. Okay? And you can individualize it just like that. Okay, see you next time.